In this video we'll go through 50 common mistakes in English and how to correct them. Sam don't know anything. The correction is Sam doesn't know anything. Why is that? Because Sam refers to he. With he, she, it you have to use does, not do. Does she has the keys? The correction is does she have the keys? When you form a question with do or does, it's do or does plus subject plus the verb in the infinitive form. I came to school by walk. The correction is I came to school on foot. You can go to school by bus, by car, or even by bike, but you can't go to school by walk. Our classroom is in the first floor. The correction is our classroom is on the first floor. Use on for surface. She was bored in campus. The correction is she was bored in campus. When you use the ing form, you refer to the cause. When you use the ed form, you refer to the effect. For example, the campus was boring, so I was bored. I must to call her right now. The correction is I must call her right now. After must, you have to use the verb in the infinitive form. I enjoyed from the picnic. The correction is I enjoyed the picnic. I look forward to meet you. The correction is I look forward to meeting you. After a phrasal verb you have to use a gerund. What a gerund is? A gerund is a verb plus ing. I like very much cookies. The correction is I like cookies very much. She can to sing. The correction is she can sing. After a modal verb you have to use the verb in the infinitive form. There is 7 girls in the class. The correction is there are 7 girls in the class. In this example there is a plural noun, so we will use the plural verb are. If there are 1 girl in the class, I would say there is 1 girl. Where I can find the bus station. The correction is where can I find the bus station? The proper way to ask is the question word plus the auxiliary verb plus subject plus the main verb. Question word in this example is where, the auxiliary verb is can, the subject is I, and the main verb is find. The house isn't enough big. The correction is the house isn't big enough. Enough comes after the adjective or the adverb. Do you like a drink? The correction is would you like a drink? When you're offering something, it's better to use would you like rather than do you like, and it's a more polite way. My flight departs in 4 a.m. The correction is my flight departs at 4 a.m. Use at to talk about a precise time. I promise I call you next week. The correction is I promise I will call you next week. In this sentence we are talking about the future, so the verb has to be in future tense. Where is post office? The correction is where is the post office? We use the to refer to a particular noun. The student's notebook. The correction is the student's notebook. When we are talking about possession, you have to put an apostrophe before the s. This sentence means the notebook belongs to the students, or the students own the notebook. I'm laying on the sofa. The correction is I'm lying on the sofa. Laying means to put something somewhere. For example, I'm laying my book on the ground. On the other hand, lying means to rest. I'm lying on my bed. I like walking, to sing and dancing. The correction is I like walking, singing and dancing. Parastructure. By parastructure I mean in a list the words has to be in the same form. If for example it's a gerund, they all has to be gerund. It's an infinitive, they all have to be infinitive, like I like to walk, to sing, and to dance. It's correct, but if you mix things up, it will be a mistake. You speak English good. The correction is you speak English well. Well is correct because well is an adverb. An adverb describes the verb. And here we are talking about your capacity about speaking English. We are not talking about your English. You can give me your number? The correction is, can you give me your number? When you're asking a question, the verb has to be before the subject. Don't mix things up. My brother is 20 years. The correction is, my brother is 20 years old. When you're using the word year, don't forget to put an S to make it plural, also to add old. In everyday spoken English, you can say, my brother is 20. I prefer coffee than tea. The correct one is, I prefer coffee to tea. When we talk about our preference in comparing two things, we use prefer to, not prefer than. He's married with a doctor. The correction is, he's married to a doctor. Here we are talking about who was married, so we use get married to. Every parent likes their kids. The correction is, every parent likes their kids. This means exactly the same thing as the second sentence, all parents like their kids. Please explain me your plan. The correction is, please explain to me your plan. When you don't understand something and you're asking for clarification, use explain to, not explain me. I didn't see nobody. The correction is, I didn't see anybody. We use nobody for a positive sentence when there is no item, like nothing. We use anybody for a negative sentence or when we ask a question. When I will arrive, I will call you. The correction is, when I arrive, I will call you. When you use when, you have to put the verb in the present simple because it's time clause. Can I give you an advice? The correction is, can I give you an advice? Advice is the verb and advice is the noun. Here we didn't put them in the right place. I like a lot my family. The correction is, I like my family a lot. I'm going to class. The correction is, I'm going to class. Why? Because you're talking about an action that is continuous and happening now. So it's the present continuous. You have to put the verb in the ing form. That's so interesting. The correction is, that's so interesting. It's a spelling mistake. It's really common. That's his backpack. The correction is, that's his backpack. We need to use the correct possessive adjective. I have visited London last week. The correction is, I visited London last week. Why is that? Because last week is a time indicator. It indicates the past, so use past simple. I'm very good in Spanish. The correction is, I'm very good at Spanish. When you use in Spanish, you're talking about how good you are in the class. But when you say at Spanish, you're talking about how well you speak Spanish. You're pretty. Your is a possessive adjective. It's incorrect to use it in this context. You're pretty. You apostrophe re pretty is a contraction of you are. So you are pretty. I go always to work by car. The correction is, I always go to work by car. When you use always, you have to put it before the verb. Everybody have problems. The correction is, everybody has problems. Everybody is an indefinite pronoun. We use them to refer to a total number of people. We use everybody with singular verbs. I can't believe it's finally over. The correction is I can't believe it's finally over. We use an apostrophe with it's only when the word means it is or it has. Without the apostrophe, it's a possessive pronoun. It's colder than yesterday. The correction is it's colder than yesterday. When you use a comparative, you have to use THAN, not THEN. Would you like any coffee? The correction is would you like some coffee? We use any for a negative form like there isn't any coffee, and we use some for an affirmative one. There are so much people. The correction is there are so many people. Much and many are both used for a large quantity of something. Much is used for uncountable nouns, and many is used for countable nouns. People is a countable noun, so we use many. Everything has a beginning. The correction is everything has a beginning. Here it's a common spelling mistake. She lives in Spain. The correction is she lives in Spain. With he, she, it, you have to put an S to the verb. I have been a boxer since 5 years. The correction is I have been a boxer for 5 years. We use since to refer to a specific time, and we use for to talk about a period of time. I bought 2 shirts. The correction is I bought 2 shirts because here we are talking about a plural noun. I like to play the volleyball. The correction is I like to play volleyball. We removed the article the because it was incorrect. I'm agree with you. The correction is I agree with you. Many people make this error. I lost the bus. The correction is I missed the bus. You can't lose a bus, but you can miss it because you didn't make it in time. You can support me by subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, sharing my videos with your friends and family. You can donate to my channel through coffee. The link is my video description down below. Do you want to improve your speaking, even pronunciation, via calls? Just text me on Instagram and Facebook. I'll be happy to talk to you and we can discuss the price. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. Goodbye, take care, be safe. Bye bye.